Ladies and gentlemen, warning. We have a special guest today.
Why is it a warning?
No, that's not the warning. The warning is that employees should hopefully be paying attention to the warning signs that are being shared with them on a regular basis. How? Why? What are you talking about? Well, there's a particular industry that is facing some trouble when it comes to the viability of maintaining revenue, sales, profitability, and ultimately employment, which will affect the employees. Now, we've actually tried to visit this particular location before, and it didn't really work out. I ended up leaving $5 on the table to pay for an orange juice that I didn't drink, and we left. Not because, we
didn't want to eat there.
Yeah, it was because I had to.
Yep.
It's because we never actually received service.
Nope.
It seems like the entire establishment was poorly managed, poorly run, and the employees were not interested in trying to figure out how they were actually going to execute on what pays them, which is patrons.
True.
Now, with that being said, we continuously visit nearby locations at much better places to eat that we like, and they seemingly have no issue whatsoever.
Well, it's because they have great service. Service does everything. Your food could be subpar, but if service is great, we're going back.
Absolutely. So with that being said, I've actually pulled up some reviews here, and one of them actually really caught my attention, and this review is from 2 months ago, which I believe is one of the most recent, and it says 1 star.
Oh.
Beware, they automatically charge 18% tip with very little service. Food is mediocre at best.
The very little service, yes.
Very little service. And now, number one, the other establishments that we prefer, the food is amazing, it's excellent. The 18% gratuity, I don't even know if they charge it. I don't care. They earn it. They earn it every single time. I'd give them more. 18% is a minimum. However, you can't have poor management, poor service, and mediocre food and expect to survive in this day and age, in this economy, and get consumers dollars. It's the odds are they're not in your favor.
Especially when word of mouth is such a huge thing, and all we ever say about this place is, I don't really know if I would spend my time or money there.
Right, but the warning is for, I don't know. Got some activity going on over here. I don't know where they went.
Oh, they turned on the street.
Oh, here they come.
Coming this way.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, because there's a bunch of hotels and things back there, and a golf course.
So anyway, employees, my suggestion would be, if you're not having conversations with the customers and the patrons, that's number one. If you're not having conversations with the other co-workers, that's number 2. If you're not having conversations with the management and ownership, that's number 3. But at the very least, you should be paying attention to the reviews that are being left for where you work, because those reviews literally are giving you the best indication of the likelihood of potential success and or future viability of the company or business that you work for. And if they're bad, that's not a good thing for you.
Now, also keep in mind, people, if you happen to go someplace and the service is great or the food is great, it's always a good idea to leave a nice review and mention the people that help you by name if you got their names, because that is also helpful to future people looking at reviews, to management who may be looking at reviews and trying to decide if they're letting people go, who they're keeping and who they're letting go.
Absolutely, and that is becoming more and more common. I have another video coming to you guys with more information on that, but in restaurant industry, the overhead operating expense is relatively low because of the minimum wage requirement, but I don't even know what it is here in Florida. So some states, actually I take that back, some states that have a new mandated minimum wage for servers, y'all are really gonna want to pay attention, because you are now becoming a more expensive operating cost and expense for ownership. Restaurants, food service industry, it's no longer that $2.13 an hour working on tips. So they are going to be looking for ways to cut costs, but at the same time, even if you are outperforming everyone else, there's a saying, you don't want to be the smartest person in the room. And if you are outperforming everyone else and you're looking at reviews, which you probably aren't, so I would say take a look. But if you're looking at reviews and you're seeing that the customers aren't happy, then this is going to be probably a clear indication that the writing may be on the wall, and it may be a good idea to prepare yourself and position yourself for the next move in case you were to experience a situation where there's literally no one ever here.
Ever.
Now, I'm not saying like ever, but we drive by and pass by and eat nearby often, and
I got nothing.
Yeah. So I've only checked this one. I'm going to check a few others around and see, but these are ways that you can identify the warning signs and prepare yourself without getting blindsided and hit with this, oh my God, we're closing. Oh my God, we're laying everybody off. You're out of a job. This is your last week. This is your last day. Odds are it's going to be your last day. A place like this, odds are it's going to be your last day. It's not, you can work a week, because they know what that means. And if you're at a point where they're cutting you in a week, they've already decided a week before that today's the day.
Yep.
So just a little heads up for folks out there who may want an idea of how that they can perhaps maybe identify more signals and warning signs of potential likely economic collapse as it may affect your particular business. The economic collapse is not 100% guaranteed for everybody. Some will thrive, some will flourish, some will be perfectly fine. However, they too will have their own challenges and struggles. If, let's just say, in a shopping center, you were to see your neighbors all go out of business, well, that could be detrimental to your business, because it's lowering the amount of traffic that they're going to see on a regular basis that will then ultimately find your business. And that is part of the economic collapse. So you're going to want to make sure that even as other businesses, you may want to check the reviews around nearby and see what other people are saying. What are their likes? What are their dislikes? How can you improve? Because, that'd be like a Walmart closing down. It destroys a large grocery store shutting its doors and closing stores, wiping out the entire workforce, but it can actually destroy the community around it by going away, by being wiped out. So you don't want that to have an impact on you as a business. Even though your business and everything you're doing is great and fine, the others around you, the others involved in the economic shift and the economic collapse, can have a negative effect on you and or the patrons who would likely come visit or be customers or shoppers that no longer have that financial ability because they've lost their job. With the other caveat being a huge one, a big one that we have just experienced firsthand that makes a drastic difference in business, is not limiting yourself to business only being done physically in front of you at your storefront and brick and mortar location. And we've seen this happen with major retailers like Walmart and Amazon coming out the gate online. This is a big deal of having the ability to generate sales, revenue, and ultimately profit and net income without having people have to walk in, with a huge importance being devoted to brand recognition, awareness, marketing, and most importantly, great reviews.
Correct. And
people happy with what your service and or product is that you're selling, and or both. If you guys want to know more, feel free to hit me up. Links in the description. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. You guys take care. Be safe.
Bye.
See ya.